Yes, he was the first enlisted man in the army in Joliet for World War II.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh, wow. So he volunteered. It wasn't like drafted or whatever?
No, no, he wasn't drafted.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Was his parents military or?
No, his father was the conductor on the GM&O railway, and they came through Joliet, and then Grandpa was over in service already. So, but they lived down in Bloomington. They did not live in Joliet.
Oh, so they did. Did they move up here for his high school? Like,
No, I think they were here when he went to high school.
oh,
But afterward, it was more convenient for them to move to Bloomington.
oh, okay.
And then when I was little, they would put me on the train here, and I would be a nervous wreck until I saw him coming down the aisle, because I was afraid. I wasn't that old, and they
You were by
wanted,
yourself?
yeah, and
Oh.
my mom or my whoever would put me on down here at Union Station, and then I'd be on the train, waiting for Grandpa to come. And then I'd see him come down the aisle, and of course I was all right then. But I was a little scared.
Is that how you and Aunt Faith did visits and stuff?
Mm-hmm. With my
Aw.
grandma. And then she would always come up here for our birthdays and take us out for lunch and stuff.
Oh, nice.
But I used to go down to my grandma's a lot, so.
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask is like, did you know your grandparents?
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How long did you have them? Like through childhood into adulthood?
My grandma died. Grandpa died when I was first married.
Oh, okay.
And then Grandma lived, she ended up moving down to Florida.
Oh.
And Grandpa lived with her when he got out of the service. And Faith and I went down there a couple of times to visit her. And then she finally got to where she had to go into a nursing home. So I think Grandma was about 87 when she died.
Oh, okay. So you had lots of time with them.
Yeah,
oh,
I really
awesome.
did. I was 3 because I met my dad there. I was 3 years old before I ever met him.
Oh,
he was in the service, and he was the tank commander in Africa. He fought Rommel.
Oh.
And then he also said he saw, what's the guy's name? Mussolini when they hung him.
That's crazy.
And I had a picture of that, but I don't know where it's at.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
So he had quite a life. But I think the service kind of didn't help him he was kind of a mess when he came home. We were in Baltimore, and then my dad he had re-entered the service.
Okay.
Because he had a job out at Citgo in Lamont for a while, and he just didn't like it. He liked the service. So I was 5 and a half because I had my 6th birthday down in Rio. He called us. We had a maid down there.
Oh, okay.
So I remember going down. We went down with 11 other guys on an Army cargo plane.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And we stopped at one of the bases on the way down because the planes couldn't fly, straight through at that time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a jet either, believe me. So my mom and she grabbed my hand, and we had to walk to a house on the base.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking and there's salamanders all over the wall.
What? That's so crazy.
And my mom looked at me and she says, why don't we take a shower real quick? Because the salamanders were there to kill the scorpions.
Oh.
They, I guess, hi.
So like they keep them, but then you're like, this is still really
So
weird.
we took a shower, and I remember holding her hand. We walked back to the airport. And she put me on 2 chairs. There was a guard there with his gun and all this.
Uh-huh.
And all of a sudden, he shoots. And he killed a scorpion. It was crawling up the chair where I was sleeping or laying down.
Oh my gosh.
So we were there overnight, and then we arrived in Rio the next day. And we lived right across the street from the Atlantic Ocean. We lived on the Copacabana.
Oh wow.
And you went swimming every day. I mean, it was just
How you lived.
how you did it, And my hair turned almost white from the sun.
Oh wow.
And of course, my maid would usually take me.
Mm-hmm.
So we were there, and then my mom and dad, I don't know, if it, it just didn't work out again. And we lived there for a while, and then I don't know what the deal was, why we moved. Maybe because we needed a bigger apartment. So we moved from Eastern Avenue over on Collins Street.
Oh.
We were in a 2-story house, apartment upstairs, and the priest, Father Lenikis, who was the priest from the Greek Orthodox Church, they lived downstairs.
Oh, okay.
So I got to know him and his family, and she used to invite me down to eat. Her food was so good. And of course, Aunt Faith was there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think they were going to tear that house down because it's not there anymore.
Oh, really?
Central has taken more space.
Land.
So then my mom borrowed money from my Uncle Herb, who lived in Frankfurt.
Oh, okay.
And he helped her buy the house on Reed Street.
Oh, okay.
And of course, she paid him back.
This is her brother?
No, Uncle Herb would have been my grandma's brother. From there, Grandpa became a bartender, and Uncle Ted, of course, went on to the priesthood. My mom had umpteen jobs. She was the first woman to work out here at the Arsenal on computers.
Oh, okay.
The government taught her how to work the first computers that the Arsenal had out
Was
here.
she military, or it was just a
No,
position she
No,
took?
she was
Oh, okay.
civilian. So, I can't think of much more to tell you. I mean, I know there's a lot, but